Alright, so for hole number 1 of the PITSTOP 9-hole tournament, in this wind angle, which would be a crosswind from left to right, we're going to go with a Kingmaker because we need to get over that hump, and we know we can with that club, and we do need the 3 left spin here. So we're going to come up here at 10% for the first shot, and just kind of nail it. If you hit great left, you're okay. Great right, not so much.
Perfect shot.
You're going to come up here, you're going to bounce over all that hoopla right there. Clear that very nicely and come in right in this giant fairway. There is a horrible glitch roll that will roll you up to the rough there, but we seem to be pretty good right here. Now, with that wonderful drive that we hit, we are in an amazing range at the top of our rapier. So we are going to play this at 10% from this angle, right where the wind, or right at max club. So we do our regular 10% like we do, no spin, ball guide just a dash short of the pin there, and we are going to, all we got to do is hit perfect. So 3 miles an hour, 10% at max club, and hit perfect. And we know we got this very difficult eagle.
Perfect shot.
Hit perfect, comes in nicely, bounce, bounce, and a nice little bump. I'll take that for hole number 1.
Eagle.
Moving on. Alright, so for hole number 2, we definitely have to use a katana. Now you can do a rough bump from either the left or the right, depending on the wind direction. So for this wind, we are going to come in with 3 to the left, and you realize I'm only using a dash of topspin, and I actually had to re-spin it, and I went with no topspin. I line up with my ball guide going about 2 green squares through the hole, aiming on the left-hand side of the cup. We're going to make our adjustment at 10%, which happens to be at mid numbers, which happens to be 3 rings. Hit perfect.
Perfect shot.
Nice rollout and center pin. That's hole number 2.
Hole in 1.
Alrighty, so for hole number 3 of this 9-hole tournament, we're going to come up here and we're going to start with our yellow ring by the rough line, and we're going to play this at 20% max. And I'm trying to use, trying to find a certain spot on this green to get out, or on this fairway, so this way I can have my drive distance for a sniper at minimum range, not medium, minimum, so it makes it easier. If you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, and hopefully this walkthrough helps you with understanding these holes a little better, even though it's not the tournament wins we're going to be playing. So we come up here nicely and just bounce down, and we're trying to be right in the middle or the left-hand side of that circle area. 386, which is perfect. Alrighty, so for the second shot, you're going to see that we're going to be perfectly at minimum distance of our sniper, which is exactly what we want to do. And with the crosswind here, we're going to play this at minus 5% with a really good chance to hit that albatross shot for this rough bump. Alright, I'm going to play this at minus 5% and minimum numbers because we're right at minimum club. Let's see if we can get it. This is a decent drop. It's pretty consistent. It's hard to get, especially when you're not really dialing in shots. Definitely more difficult in tour play.
Perfect shot.
So we come up here nicely, hit the rough, roll out, and come really, oh, so close to getting that in.
Nice on.
Okay, so for hole number 4, we're gonna hope we get tailwind. Oh, it's perfect. We want tailwind in this direction. We're gonna do 4 top and 2 to the right, or 2 to the left. And notice I did 3 top because this wind is literally exactly what I want. I'm looking at the ball guide, trying to make sure it's where I want to go. I'm going to make my adjustment at 10% here. Now, if I hit great left, I'm totally fine with it. Even great right is even better because it's just going to roll out off the rough. I'm only going to do 5 rings OP here. I don't want to push it because I don't want to bounce off.
Great shot!
So I did hit a minor great left there. I'm still just fine. I should hit and roll out right along the rough line there. Get ready for a rapier shot. Okay, so for this shot, we're going to play this as I always play my rapier rule, which is 10%. We are at max club. See, we're within that max range. We are going to do no spin. We're going to put our ball guide just a little bit shy of the hole because this rapier is a rapier 5. So the ball guide is not developed. So you notice I back up just a hair, and then we're going to make our adjustment. Make sure you have your pull angle of your wind arrow headed north. It gets tricky sometimes. It could make a difference. We're going to hit perfect here. It's all we got to do. We know we've done this before on hole 1. We did the same exact thing.
Perfect shot!
And comes up nicely, bounces right off the fringe, and in. Perfect.
Eagle!
Okay, so for hole number 5, I think is one of the must drops for your round to be successful. This is probably the easiest hole-in-one in the game. All you have to do is make minor tweaks for your wind angle and you'll be able to drop this no problem. You see I just come in with a navigator here. I play this at 1-to-1, so I'm gonna pull at 3 rings, and you see I'm lining up a little bit to the right of the hole there. It's because the wind is coming from right to left. I'm going to adjust 3 rings and take our shot. Don't forget, if you like these videos, please smash that thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
Shot.
And then we will have detailed notes from David Pendleton and myself for the weekend round.
Hole in one.
Tournament. Alrighty, so for hole number 6, which happens to be a very long par 5, we are going to go with a big dog and a sniper here. You can see I'm trying to find the bag. I think it was bag 5. There we go. And I'm going to go with the Kingmaker, and that's to reduce the wind for the second shot. I'm going to do max top and 1 to the right, just so I can get a little bit closer. I do push up my shot here, but be very careful how close you get to that rough line. I'm going to play this shot at 10%. And now this is all wind predictability. We don't know yet. If you're going to play from the other, if the wind is coming from the other direction, you're going to do the curl shot, which I will show you next. After we use our big dog to get into the hole. So with our ball guide on that club being not very great, we're just kind of making a safe eagle here. And so we're going to come over here and we're just going to line up right next to the rough line, and we're going to do 3 to the right, and that is why we need to use this ball instead of a Titan or even a Zerk. Alright, we want to get kind of close to land and stay on that green, so we're going to make our adjustment here also at 10% with our big dog. And you notice I did a tiny little push up there just to make sure I clear the rough, and we're going to hit perfect. And all we want to do is land on the green and stay on the green for a nice, safe eagle. And it rolls out nicely. Probably a little too far for my liking, but it works.
Nice on!
Now I'll show you the other shot. Alright, so from crosswind from left to right, which is what this wind angle is, we are going to go down the right hand side, which we're going to do 3 to the right. And I'm not sure about my top spin. I don't know if I did 2 or 3. I usually do 2, but 2.5 would be probably perfect. But this wind angle is really going to push that ball. I do my adjustment at 10% here. And I come and I'm going to do full curl to the right with no overpower because I don't want to roll in the rough.
Perfect shot!
Thank you for my tokens. And we come down here nicely. And perfect spot for our big dog. Okay, so coming in here, we are once again really not relying on the ball guide here because there really isn't one. So you see I push up to max and I'm trying to see where the best thing. Sometimes you can curl it in from here, but then I realize, you know what, this ball guide's really bad. So I'm just gonna do the rough bump. I do push up to max to find how many rings I have. And I do the max top spin to try to figure out if I'm close to where, kind of aiming towards the hole. If I want to push up, depending on how good my drive is, I know how many rings to push up here. So I'm going to push up close to 2 rings, which is right about the edge of the rough. So I do 1 ring of OP.
Perfect shot!
Because I know it was 4 rings I had till I was going to be at the end of the rough. So plenty of opportunity there. Comes in nicely, and we just burn the right hand side.
Nice
For a
on.
nice, simple eagle. Okay, so for hole number 7, we have 2 different approaches depending on your wind. Here in tailwind, we are going to go, basically this would be considered the layup. We're going to go straight ahead and kind of get as close to that rough line there as possible. I'm going to do 2 back, 1 to the right, play this at 20%, and we're just trying to get down close to that rough so we get a nice clean rollout for our setup for our second shot.
Perfect shot!
Comes up here nicely. And that's doable. All right, for our approach shot, we are going to go with a sniper, and we're going to play this at 10% is what I did, and we're going to add our backspin first, which is 2 back, no side. I'm going to line up right to the hole, and you see I'm literally aiming right at the hole with my blue ring by the rough there. And we're going to make our adjustment at 10% mid numbers. Now, I'm going to let you know, I did miss this shot just to the right of the hole, so you might want to think about doing this one at this wind angle at 5 or even 0% mid numbers. And there is a bit of a glitch roll here, so you can come speeding by if you're not careful.
Perfect shot!
We do hit perfect off the shot, and it comes in here nicely. And as you see, we ended up over adjusting just a hair.
Nice on!
That's a hard shot from a distance, but I think it's doable. Now, for the second option here, which is going to the right, you notice we have wind going right to left. So we're going to go and find the right spot, which would be where our ball guide pokes out there onto the fairway. We're going to do max top, and it looks like we're doing 2 to the right. And our ball guide right there, you saw that glitch roll out. We're going to take that and use that to our advantage. So we're going to make our adjustment here. I would recommend using a Titan in this situation instead of a Kingmaker. I was just running low on Titans. I didn't want to use them all. We'll probably get a little bit better. We're going to go 100% OP. Great left, great light, doesn't really
Great
matter
shot.
here. You would prefer a great right, this way you end up more right, closer to the pin, but that's okay. Have a good rollout. And decent distance. Now, for my second shot, I'm going to come in with my, you see I'm at Grizzly range. It's at Grizzly minimum range, so I'm going to go and find the max club that's closest. It's pretty iffy if I'm going to get close because I see I'm right along that bunker. So I'm going to do 2 top and 1 to the left. I probably should have only done 1 top, but it is what it is. I made my adjustment here at 10% max and kind of prayed for the best.
Perfect shot.
For rookies, this is actually a pretty difficult hole. Came in nicely, just burned that right edge. Very much easy to drop that one. And we're good to go. Alrighty, so for hole number 8, another most likely must drop. Now this is a very difficult headwind angle that we have here. I come up here, I put my inner green ring at the rough line to find where I need my ball guide to go, because normally we would put our yellow ring at the rough line, but because I'm in direct headwind, I know I'm safe by doing that. I'm going to play this one at 10% mid numbers, which would be 4.1 rings is what I pull. I did line up a little bit left, favoring the left side of the cup because the way the wind angle was just a tweed to the left.
Perfect shot.
Right. Came in here nicely. No spin needed. Easy.
Hole in one.
Alrighty, so remember there's so many different ways that people play this game. This is the way I like to go on this hole. And I'm looking to see if I can go to the left here, which is the most common way to go. But it turns out that it is not with this wind. It's just not going to work with a Titan ball. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to try to get my ball as close to the end of that fairway as possible. And I want to get up there so this way I'm setting up for a really nice rough bump for my sniper. So I'm going to play this shot at 10%. You see I'm in the rough, which is okay. I'm pushing up on purpose to see how many rings I'm going to have to pull back up. And it looks like it's right around 2.5 rings. So my adjustment was 2 rings. I push back up to max, which is 2 rings. And then I'm going to give just a little bit of OP here. It was right around 2.5 rings of OP that I did.
Perfect shot.
So it worked out that it was right around 4 rings, which was perfect. Cleared that, and I'm right up on the fairway edge here. And you don't get much better than that. So after that stellar drive, you see right where we're at. It's a perfect opportunity for a bounce rough bump rollout. And I'm sitting here looking and I'm gauging. I always put my ball guide to bounce right at the edge of that dirt line. And that's a perfect location. And I'm like, should I add a little topspin here? And I was looking at the wind angle and I said, no, I'm not going to. But I should tell you now, I should have added at least a half a top. Because I came in short here, but it was right in line to pin, and
perfect shot
away. It bounces up and rolls right off there, and right in line
nice
for that to go right in the hole. Look at that, perfect. Good luck, everybody.